actually we like the topic but we are also very active in the topic of health in the projects, and this is why not so many things have been going on in the network. By the way, you can see over here posters presenting a little bit about the new project that we're running now, which is called Sunset. Anyways, my point here is, and this is also what I hear from you, that projects are practical experiences, framework of exchange, and once you have those projects, sometimes it's more difficult to give contribution to the ISCA Health Network. So a very important discussion is, if we have the projects, why do we need the network? Do we need the network? And what do we need it for? Okay, I would like to invite Paul to give this.
I would like to go back on the subject of the network. Okay? I think that the answer to your last question is important because the network is something that is alive, it should be alive and continuing in time. Projects, they're the beginning, they're at the end. After the project is finished, everybody goes on. The network should continue to work and give ideas on how to develop projects probably, or how to manage projects, or how to improve projects. So I think the network is very important. Now, why our network didn't, I don't want to say it wasn't successful, but didn't work very actively. I think two main reasons. One is a broad reason, which is probably the object, the scope, the final scope wasn't clear. But the final scope cannot be clear because it can change in the time, because there is always progress going on. So the final goal has to be always reevaluated according to the needs and necessities. And secondly, I can talk about the two working groups where I've been involved. One is the quality mark, and the other was the education. When we talk about quality marks, we have to keep in mind that there are national, in each country there is an authority which is in charge of norms and qualities. So anything that we are going to do is to be then brought back on a national level and try to be developed with a national authority. Otherwise, it will never be implemented. So the quality mark can discuss about general requirements, general items which should be part of the quality mark. But then the implementation has to go through the national channels. Now, going on the education, we had a lot of talks between DTB and DGI all over the summer till the end of November. And many messages going back and forth. We were thinking about getting together, but honestly, I think that each one of us was too radical on defending his own program instead of looking to a different approach. I think that what would be interesting to define is a common European platform for education. If we keep defending our own territories, our own programs, then there is no improvement. We should mix together our national education programs and develop a standard European education platform. Hey, this is my opinion. Thanks, sir.
All right.
And very happy to be back.
Thank you. Herbert?
Yes, on behalf of the German Gymnastics Federation, just a few remarks. I could answer a little bit on Paolo's last remark, but it's not the time to do it here. I have a different opinion. So we can do it in a small way. But nevertheless, I think we can have an overall agreement that networking in the field of health is so important. We need to bring organizations together to learn from each other, to exchange the knowledge and all this. So networking is necessary. But as long as a project fulfills the objectives of the network, it doesn't make any sense to have a network. Then we can go for the project. But as you mentioned, the project ends. PATHE ends now. Sante will be the next program, but Sante will last for 2 years. What will be afterwards when we have no project which fulfills the needs? So then I hope that those projects enables us to work together with different organizations. We know now each other very well. And afterwards, after the project has finished, it will be much easier to work together in a network. So this is my vision, as long, to make it short, as long as a project is open, that all our organizations interested in this field can participate. We don't need the separate network. That will be the same. So, but afterwards, we have to continue in this profile of the network.
Any further comments at this time?
On this SWOT analysis. And we started with a lot of optimism, okay? Because the optimism is at the base of any human activity. And that was our line in our work. In the strong points, we think that what's important is the strength we find in exchanging ideas, experiences, and best practice in real and concrete, in a concrete approach. Okay? This is the strength side. On the weak, putting the communication is always a weak point. And mainly the language barrier. And another weak point in the communication is the definition of the topics, clear topics. Identify the topics is for survival. If you don't have a clear topics, you miss everything. Okay? In the opportunities, any opportunities to improve the knowledge of the patterns and the people participating in the network. The opportunity is to for the organizations to have a chance of informing the internal people about what's going on the network, and the opportunity is to set up virtual meetings instead of physical meetings. And the threats, the first one is a lack of common interest or a weak common interest, and always the interest in the topics which should be discussed. But again, I want to conclude that optimism is the key to what's about. Thank you. Thanks to my colleagues.
Well, when we manage to do the positive aspects are according to our point of view. The first one is our common aim, our common objective, and that is the health. That is health which unites us. This is strong. The second one is a very positive aspect where the concrete projects in which we participated already. That is PATHE, sometimes those projects prove our common will, our common strength, our common ability to be active.
Za silnou stránku a nejsilnější považujeme již existující organizace SPD, jejich struktury a programy.
Yes, and what unites us and what will give us the good conditions for our work are the national organizations of sport for all, which on the one hand are a little bit different. We have a different statutes, bylaws, we have a little bit different, maybe different target groups, but generally our aims are common again. Weakness.
Za slabou stránku považujeme určitou nevyváženost a nepřesnou formulaci jednotlivých projektů, který se mnohem podobné.
When I was talking about the projects, PATHE, SANTE, and so on, it's very positive. But on the other hand, those projects are rather unbalanced and they penetrate, they overlap. Maybe it's an advantage, but on the other hand, it is disadvantage for orientation what to do in each concrete project. Because we have priorities in PATHE, for example, and SANTE can be the same. Is it advantage or disadvantage?
Za druhé, za slabou stránku považujeme to, že ISCA je dobrovolnou organizací a nemá potřebný vliv ani sílu, ani pronikání do těch politických struktur na národní vlády států Evropské unie.